No.
Hello, everybody. Zero interest. But we're on Kaiji. Episode 6 is the thing we're on. Yay. Woo.
Yay! So, Kaiji. Hmm.
My hair looks skew-if. Look at that. It's all sort of this side. It's weird.
So we start off.
I've got a shelf going on here.
We start off with Kaiji enacting his plan to go and procure 30 cards of paper.
Mm-hmm.
Which he goes out, they buy 20, and then he goes to the guy they fought, Kitami.
To be clear, they bought 20 from Kitami's underlings. They had the 30 paper split between them, so he just bought the cards from those two.
Yeah, and then they sold out Kitami, and then he's like, hey, so Kitami, how about you pay me to take that 10 paper off your hand?
Yeah, you're kind of fucked otherwise, so... sorry.
Yeah. And Kitami's like, fine. And so he gives them the money. Poor Kitami. Poor Kitami. And Funai comes up, the guy from the earlier, whose general face and choice of color and jacket makes me think of Wario. And so he comes up. Yeah, and considering Wario is the greedy one who always hoards money, it all makes sense. So Wario comes up, and he's like,
I have 8 stars.
I have 8 stars. And he's like, so, hey, I'll give you a star. You can get off scot-free. Just give me some cards, because I want to keep playing. I know I can win more. And Kaiji's like...
In hindsight, Kaiji really should have taken this deal.
Yeah.
He really should have, but yeah.
But he's like, just sell it your friends, and boom, done. Easy. Kaiji's like, no, I don't want to break this bond I've made. So, no. And Funai's like, oh, you'll regret this.
Yep.
And, yeah. So Kaiji's like, okay, guys, so I'm going to give you guys each 2 million, so none of us can just go out and just buy a bunch of stars on our own. We're all going to be on equal standing. Because that way we're not even tempted. Shortly after that, they're waiting because they want to get the card numbers to go down to the point where there's only 3 paper cards. Because if there's only 3 paper cards, that's a maximum of 3 times they can lose, and they have 6 stars between them.
Yep.
So nobody can get out.
It's a literal impossibility for them to lose all of their stars that way.
Yes. But by getting rid of the risk or gamble of it all, you end up in a situation in which time is running out. You have a bunch of people who just are like, oh, fine, I have no cards, I'll just buy stars. I'll have a new debt, but it's fine. This whole debt will be cleared.
Yep.
You have a bunch of other people who are like,
I still have a couple of cards, but anyone that challenges me, they must have an upper hand that I don't know about, so I can't take anyone that challenges me.
Because everyone so far has either cheated or been cheated to get to this point.
Yep.
So all the suckers that lost have already left, or are just waiting to buy stars. So you end up with a mass population with 16 people, I believe, that are just...
Basically 16 of the best schemers and scammers in the game.
Yeah.
Sorry, no, that's absolutely not true. It's 16 of the worst scammers and schemers in the game, because the best ones have already left.
Yeah. Or the ones who just want to keep on scheming and scamming.
Yeah, like Funai, who is very obviously doing that. Which I find it odd that no one calls him on that he has 8 stars and could...
Yeah, no, I was thinking... Cards. I was thinking somebody was going to be like, but you have 8 stars.
Yeah.
So, he's like, okay, everybody. I have a plan so you can all stop living in fear. We will all put our cards, reshuffle, and redistribute them, and set everything back to 0. and we will play, and everybody will get a fair chance of getting out of here, even if you only have one card. So,
and there's one guy that kind of just kind of is distrusting of this plan, and I think his name's Tanaka or something like that.
Yeah, but Funai immediately shoots him down with, you were planning on, 3 guys, and you were trying to win against them because you know what their cards are. And he turns to the 3 guys, and he's like, I know what your cards are, because the person you bought those cards from also sells information. He's a repeater like me. It's like,
yep.
You guys, if you want a chance to survive, we're going to have to work together.
Mm.
And I don't know why they believe him, because he has 8 stars.
He has 8 stars. He is literally the only one that can get away with this and actually probably come out of it okay. As long as he plays his cards, he has a lot of wiggle room. But, yeah, okay, sure.
So...
In fact, I think his ideal situation for this was only like a few of them joining his little group. Because then he just has to play a couple of cards, and he's off scot-free. Because he would still have 6 stars even if he lost both times, and that'd be it. He would get away with 6 stars.
Like, even now, he has 8 stars and no cards. That was the thing. He's going back for...
Okay.
He was going back for more because he was greedy.
I don't think that's the case anymore. I think he managed to buy cards from someone else.
Mm.
And that's why he's kind of a little bit desperate with this plan. Like, that's what he was trying to do with Kaiji, but he went to someone else, got cards from them instead. And that's why he's still in the game, even though everyone's panicking. If he didn't have any cards left, I think he would have already left with this situation developing.
I think if we had... But it's like, you have 8 stars, and why do you want to buy... Well, whatever. But... So Kaiji eventually gets pressured into joining into this little circle of reset to 0 that Funai forms.
Which is probably, again, worst case scenario for Funai, because now there are,
they had 16
90.
cards.
Yeah.
They had 16 cards.
It'll be something like 70-something cards total. 76 at a guess, because... No, it'd be about 80. 80 of the cards would be in that little group now, which they're going to redistribute between themselves, probably evenly, which means Funai is going to have a fuck ton of cards to deal with.
This is the show. This is 6 episodes in, and this is the most intense game of rock, paper, scissors I've seen in any medium, because it just keeps going and going. And there's more developments and more strategies and plans, and the extent that they take this to, and they're not even done with it. The extent that they take this to already is far more than any other series has ever done with that I've seen with this sort of game. And it's very interesting.
Yeah, it is.
And I mean, if I have one, there are some minor complaints, like why would they listen to Funai, and we don't know much about Funai or what his initial plans were, but and again, I still don't think Furuhara and Ando do anything at all for this story, other than basically work as narrative.
At this point, they're narrative objects. They are kind of required for Kaiji to complete his plans. He needs 3 people because he needs someone to play against to get rid of the spare cards.
That's gonna say
basically all they're there for, but it also leaves a weakness that he is very, very aware of, that they could kind of fuck him over at any point. Intentionally or unintentionally.
I was gonna say, it's like Krillin and King Kai in Dragon Ball Z, in which they just kind of are off on the sidelines narrating, oh, he's gonna do the thing! Oh no, this thing's gonna happen! And...
yeah, every time Furuhata goes, Kaiji, is basically an incredibly dangerous thing to do, because it's like, hey, they're about to fuck up our plans with the thing that they're doing. well, thanks for telling them, you fuckwit. Yeah. So
It's infuriating.
they're a
Uh,
requirement for what his plan was so far, but they're also an incredible threat to it at the same time. They're not actually characters at this point.
yeah, no, that's kind of my main. I have very few complaints with the series so far, but that's one of them.
Mm.
Is that I like the Funai and Kaiji dynamic, where Funai is the guy who ripped off Kaiji initially, and now they kind of have this sort of head-to-head battle going on. And
yeah, it's not even like Kaiji is particularly bitter about it anymore.
yeah,
Like, he's just sort of, okay, we're pretty much rivals in this whole thing, so I'm just going to treat you with the suspicion you deserve after how you've very much proven to me that you're kind of a schemer and a scam
yeah,
artist. But, okay, let me
they
analyze
have
the
a
thing you're talking about and actually take it seriously and hear you out.
they have a very different dynamic than what you would expect after meeting again,
Hmm.
and I like that.
Yeah, you can't just throw someone away out of hand in this when they're coming at you. If they have something that is worthwhile or you can take advantage of, you listen to them. You don't just tell them to piss off just off the cuff. That's not how this works anymore. You can't
So
afford to do that.
Hitami, Kaiji, and Funai feel the most like characters, if
Pretty
that
much.
makes sense. Uh, Furuhara and Ando are again they'll probably develop more, but I wish we could have gotten more for them character wise this early on at least. Like at the very least, a reason why Ando's in debt, like, or a reason why Furuhara's still on the ship. Just a little bit of just a character moment or two would have helped tremendously.
Yeah, possibly.
But I'm not asking for a full story, but just something to give me something to go on for their motivations. Uh, that would help make their decisions make sense, I guess, and their mindsets. That was a very uncomfortable oomph.
I mean, the basis for their characters is they're gamblers and they're financially irresponsible. That's pretty much the thing for every character in this particular scenario. And
Yeah, but every story has its.
While it might be nice to get the exact specifications for why and what the circumstances were for their being fiscally irresponsible, we know Furuhata is kind of a cock, just based on the whole leaving Kaiji on the hook for the debt that he left and apparently abandoned.
I'm not asking for exact.
It's not massively relevant to the circumstances that they're in then, and that's probably why he's not even asking.
I'm not. I don't really want their full story now. I just want an element of them that makes them distinct from the other. That makes them distinct from the other people who are freaking out all around them. And I feel like I haven't really received that.
Fair play.
So that's kind of why I don't consider them characters, is because there's no really distinctive quality other than they're afraid, just like everybody else. And they were green and blue. So
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Like that's my only criticism so far. I still think this is a solid 9 on 10. Just from how far they're going with the thought processes alone. But there's nothing you can't critique about anything. So I just want to, because this is supposed to be a very critical show, and I have to be critical.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So that's pretty much episode 6. Any other thoughts? Just one last minute.
I mean, I didn't expect this situation to end up in this way, and I think that's a good thing. From when we first started Rock, Paper, Scissors, I never expected it would go to this extent, and that's kind of the strong suit of the series, I feel like. So, good on them.
Fair play. Okay, so that's episode 6, Kaiji, Zero Interest. We'll be back on Monday. This episode might have come out a couple of hours late, just because we're recording it about 2.5 hours before it should come out, and we're still recording more of these today. So, see you on Monday for episode 7.
See ya.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.